So hello everyone, in this particular video we'll be talking about interview questions of SQL that can be actually asked to you in the interviews of data engineering in 2026, and it is modern day SQL questions, actual questions of problem solving, business impact questions that we'll be talking about, and I'll be trying to explain you end to end about the things. So no need to worry, and let's start with the video. So as you can see on the screen here, basically this is the some of the slides I've created that is on the SQL interview questions, and they are actually asked in the 2026, like that will be asked. It is interview focused, production ready questions are there, because I have been working in data engineering since 5 years, and I'm a senior data engineer, remote senior data engineer, so I think so I'm a good person to guide you across the things. I've delivered many projects also. So basically what happens whenever the people a person goes in the interview, what exactly why your preparation fails in the, because when you go for the any kind of data interviews, be it data engineering, be it data analytics, be it machine learning engineer, be it AI engineer, SQL is a core thing. Okay, SQL will be asked to you because that is from where all the data warehouses, lake houses also follow the concepts of SQL. Follow the concept means whenever you write a query on a data warehouse, on a database, on a lake house, it will be very similar. Select star will be similar across the platforms. Okay, so that is why we have to practice a lot. We need to understand about the actual things. What is OLAP, what is OLTP? We need to understand the differences between the things. So that's why difference between the academic SQL and the production is very much. So let's bridge that gap so that you should not fail in the interviews. Actually, you should get good offers. Okay. So Windows function, let's talk about the Windows function. In the actual interviews, whenever the questions will be asked, that will be asked as you have 200 million records order, order table is there. So you have to fetch the latest order per customer efficiently. How would you approach that? So when you will answer this in the interviews, you can just give the production answer, that is use the row number. Definitely whenever you have number of rows, okay, you need to find the latest order as per the customer efficiently. Okay, so what approach you will do, you will just apply the row number over the partition by customer ID, order by the order date, so that you get the latest order first. DESC means descending, means latest order at the first, where row number is equal to 1. That's it, latest order only you will get. So that is the main thing. This will leverage the Windows function and avoid the expensive self join will not be there. Okay, that is the main thing. But why this matters, how exactly you will explain this when the follow-up question will be asked to you, because it is not like one question is asked, you answered, now things are sorted, now they will go to the next question. The things are basically they will ask follow-up questions to test your knowledge and test your fundamentals. So the question will be why Windows, why this matters. So basically you can answer like Windows function eliminates costly group by and subquery patterns, because many people compare group by and this Windows function. So group by is a separate thing, Windows function is a very separate thing, because group by is something it will aggregate into one, collapse the number of rows. But what a Windows function does, it will calculate the aggregated rows or aggregate the things and also not collapse the rows, and it will give row by row the things. Windows function, okay, that is how you have to explain the things. So it eliminates the pattern. Proper indexing on the customer ID and the order date makes the Windows functions very fast. So that is the thing. Other than that, many times people's common mistake is that is using the max order date. When you will do a max order date with a join back to the table and create the performance, it will create a performance bottleneck and it will be getting you incorrect result. So better way to use this will be a Windows function. Max, you should not use max, better you should use a row number and get like this. This is the better approach to answer this question. Okay? Next question is basically that is debugging. Whenever wrong aggregations are there, so there is a scenario. Okay? There is a scenario, revenue numbers are inflated. Many times what will happen whenever you work with the banking and finance clients or manufacturing clients, so basically many times revenue numbers are very crucial, very crucial for any kind of business. It is very crucial. So at that point you have to be very rigid about these things, that is revenue number, it is not inflated, it is not giving the false numbers and all. So that you have to figure out. And when you are joining back to the order items, the CFO is questioning your numbers, why this is so much inflated, this is not our revenue. Okay, so the root cause can be that is you joined multiply, like you join the multiplicity. Okay, one order is matched multiple times, creating the duplicate records. Okay, so that is the problem that can happen. It will be very normal. So the fix is pre-aggregate before joining. Whenever you are joining the things, firstly pre-aggregate. It will increase the performance also, it will make the performance also better. Or you can use count distinct order ID to verify the cardinality, so that the order IDs can be like, if the duplicate ordered IDs are there, so at that time the sum, when you do a sum, it will make a mess. Okay, so to sort that mess, you have to do a distinct of the order ID, so that it removes that duplicate rows and all. Okay, so always check for the row numbers before after joining the in the production pipelines when you are sending it. So that is how it looks like. You have to be very clear about the things, and interviewer will ask you to see and understand the data correctness. It is not just about the syntax, it's about the actual matching and how you will design the things in the production environment, and when the questions and the business problems are there, how you will solve those things. Okay, that is very very important. Next thing is, if you want to learn about data engineering end to end, okay, we have a end to end data engineering bootcamp from very scratch, from very zero. We have started with what is data engineering, then SQL, then Python, then like what we say, pandas is there, Spark is there, Hadoop is there, Snowflake is there, Databricks is there. We have done many projects on we have done projects on Databricks, we have done projects on Azure Databricks, we have done projects on GCP, Google Cloud, we have done on the Azure, Microsoft Azure. So definitely this is this, and we have also integrated a Gen AI module also, generative AI modules of LangChain and all, pandas AI, LangChain, so that you have an idea of those things also. So definitely, if you want to learn those things, link is in the description, and a coupon code is also there just for you guys, so you can leverage that. Link is in the description. And if you have any questions, you have any doubts, you want to connect, we have a support number also of the WhatsApp. Directly tap on that, you will be redirected to the WhatsApp. Ask your questions. Okay. Next question is, that is indexing versus partitioning. Many times this question will be asked to you whenever you go for the interviews. That is, when would you use indexing versus the partitioning? Okay. Very common question. Most of the candidates blur their concepts here and don't understand how to reply these kind of answers. So basically, whenever you are talking about indexing and partitioning, very different type of concepts. Indexing majorly happens in the OLTP, transactional processing systems. Okay, in OLTP, whenever you will talk about OLTP systems, that is, it speeds up your indexing. Whenever you're talking about indexing in OLTP, that is, it will speed up your performance. Row level lookups via B tree structure will be there. So perfect for OLAP systems, OLTP system, or online transactional processing systems, where you query the specific records frequently. At that point, it will be very very helpful. But whenever you are talking about the partitioning will reduce the number of size. It doesn't just make the things faster, it will scan the required things only, it will ignore the rest of the thing. That's why it makes the things faster. So it will reduce the scan size by dividing the data into the chunks. Usually by the date we do it, it is much better and much faster and easy to divide also. So essentially, for the large analytical tables, like if you are working on the OLAP system, analytical processing system, at that point it will be very helpful. So critical insights will be, over indexing can hurt the right problem also. So be very rigid about things, where you are using indexes, where you are using partitioning, whether you need indexes or not. I am not using indexes for the very high cardinality column, okay, low cardinality column, okay, at that point it is not required. So that is the things that is very very important. Okay. Next thing is late arriving data. Whenever you are talking about late arriving data in the SQL or in any kind of production ready pipeline, okay, SQL is the core. Okay, SQL is the core. So production ready things are, many times what happens, at 10 o'clock data will come. But usually what will happen, sometime like for some of the days in a week, that data has been delayed. Now it has been 2 o'clock, data has not came. 3 o'clock data has not came. Next day 10 o'clock it has new data has came, but the previous day data isn't there. So how you will fix that? That is how idempotency rights are there, that you apply. Merge intos are there, update upsort logics are there that you use in the SQL, so that you sort those kind of things. Okay, so I'm not talking about the actual syntax and all. That is not very very important at this point in this era of AI. It is more important to understand about the business impact and also about the business scenario. Definitely you should know about SQL, you should know about the coding, but this is how you if you are going for the interviews, this is how you have to answer those things. So yesterday arrives today, like yesterday data is arriving today, so that is a problem, right? So how you will sort that? So you can sort by, you can design idempotent pipelines using the merge statements, with the proper watermarking timestamping you can do, current timestamp, or the timestamping you can do, flag you can apply, so that it will be easier for the pipeline to automatically not duplicate the data but automatically pick those data only that was not loaded previously. Okay, majorly we call it as idempotent pipelines, idempotent writes. Okay, we use the concepts like merge into, update and insert type of these things are there, so that we use. We implement the watermarking to track the processing boundaries also, till which date, till which timestamp we have loaded the data and what is left, for those kind of scenarios. So interviewers will definitely ask you these kind of things and we have to answer like this. Okay, so this is the thing. And the query optimization, slowly change, sorry, we skipped this very important topic, that is slowly, SCDs, slowly changing dimension, very important. That is whenever you are talking about the interview questions for SCDs, so explain SCD1 type 1 versus type 2. Okay, very widely used. Type 2 is very widely used. That is very sensible also, because what happens, suppose if I am talking about SCD, let me explain you a very normal concept about SCD. That is, suppose you are working in a company. Okay, you live right now in, suppose like you right now I live in Gorakhpur. Okay, or I live in Aligarh, something like that. If I live here and tomorrow what happens, my hometown changed, my location changed, I am in the same company, my location got changed, so there will be a flag that will be adding as an active flag, location active as 1 or 0, something like that, and new location has to be also updated, right? So how you will do that? Okay, that is called as a look, because if you'll just update like Gorakhpur with Bangalore or Gorakhpur with Aligarh, so previous data is not optimal, like not there, previous data is not there now, so you don't know previously where this candidate was living. But now if you have to maintain those things, we talk about SCDs, slowly changing dimensions, the data is keep on changing, so you have to maintain the previous version data also, so that you can track the people. You might have heard about, suppose I am working with a company and I have a background verification, I have lived on say 3 places, 4 places previously, so a background verification will be held on all 3 and 4 places of my addresses, right? So that is how we have to figure out the things, we have to talk about the things. So there are majorly 2 types of SCD, SCD1 and SCD2, widely SCD3 is also there, but majorly we use SCD type 2, very majorly and very easy to apply. Okay, and very important also. That is SCD type 1 is just to update, overwrite the old data, like whatever data is, we don't care about the history, just overwrite. If the data, if right now I am living in Aligarh, my place got changed to Gorakhpur or my place got changed to Bangalore, just update it and remove Aligarh or remove Gorakhpur and or remove Bangalore. It doesn't matter, you won't do, I don't need the history of that person. Okay, that is one thing. Next thing is basically we talk about, we don't have a track there of the historical data in the SCD type 1, slowly changing dimension type 1. But in type 2, whenever you talk about, in type 2 basically we preserve the history with the surrogate keys, effective dates are there, active flags are there, end date, start date is there, so that helps you. And whenever a new record is there, so one new row will be created, will be inserted with the active flag is equal to 1 and the previously active flag will be 0 now. Okay, that is how we maintain the slowly changing dimension things. Common mistakes are accidentally overwriting the records in the type 2 is not properly checking the things, that can be a problem, but that is how these are the application of the things. Next is query optimization. Whenever we talk about the query optimization, very important thing, whenever you work in the production timelines, so at that point huge amount of data will be there. Okay, so you cannot just write select start from this and group by this, order by this, and this is DSC. No, you cannot do like that, it will impact your compute. Okay, so exactly a query is running 20 minutes. Interviewer asks you how you can fix this. Okay, this is the test of your systematic debugging approach and not only the SQL knowledge. So basically that is how you will see. Firstly, I'll say ki I will check the execution plan. I'll write a explain query and I'll check the execution plan. Next thing, I'll check if it is doing a full table scan or if I have not used indexes, I can use indexes, so that I should not do a full table scan. Full table scan will scan all the things, then give you the result. That is not important. We need to get the it will take more time. 10 terabytes of table is there. If I am doing a full table scan on that will be a big problem, right? So we have to figure out that thing also. Next thing, if uneven data is there, data skewness is there, how exactly I can figure out those things. Okay, next thing is filter the predicates. That is not important. I need to apply the filters and all that, I'll apply, so that it will be better, it will be easier for me to figure out what is the actual data to be used. That is how we optimize the things. That is how you have to also reply in the interviews. Next thing is production ready SQL. Production ready SQL. Writing the production ready SQL. That is what separate the interview SQL from the production ready. Whenever you are using the multiple tables, multiple joins, try to use meaningful aliases, table aliases, not just A, B, C or teammates name and all. You should use what we say sensible aliases, very very important, variable names or aliases. Next thing is defensive, explicitly handle the nulls, use the left join intentionally and not because you forgot the relationship. You should use the left join intentionally, just don't use every time outer join and full outer join and you're not handling the nulls. Handle those things, okay? Very very important. You have to audit the columns, you have to audit key, always include create at, updated at, loaded by in the production tables, because how exactly you will figure out which table was updated when or who loaded it. That is very very, by which pipeline it got loaded, by which notebook it got loaded. That is very very important. And every time never use select star. Every time try to use specific columns that are important for your data. Okay? That is how you do the things. So this was all about the video. If you want to learn about data engineering end to end, definitely we have a data engineering bootcamp, end to end, from very scratch, from very zero. If you don't know anything about coding, from there we have picked up till the data engineering. We have given many results, we have given many offers. Definitely students have got many offers. It will be a year in just 2 months that we have started our bootcamp, and so many people have already got placed and offers they have got. Definitely you can also get from the production support to a data engineering interviews to a data engineering role, and definitely from non-data background to 4 offers in data engineering. Definitely you can also be a part of that. Link is there in the description, and also coupon code is there. If you have any doubts, there is support number, directly tap on that and you will be redirected to the WhatsApp. You can ask your questions from there. So this was all about a video, and stop preparing about the basic things, start thinking about like a real data engineering things, and how exactly in data engineering SQL can be used, production level things I can do. So this was all about things. Thank you so much. Bye bye.